We have yet to look at film from Fordham, but we are looking at film and pictures from Baylor. And we're studying that game and those pitchers and their pitch patterns for that game we're preparing. We don't really want to overlook Fordham, but we are going to look at our opponent that is, going to be the most difficult, and that we're going to have some. I don't want to say problems, but the most challenges.
Does Baylor pitching compare at all to Utah? I know that gave some fits to the team, but I mean, what do you see in film from Baylor?
When I think of Baylor, I think of last year's matchup that we had when we traveled there, and it was a great stadium, great environment. Those pitchers, they go hard, they go right at you as a hitter. So we're working on, the higher velocity speeds and the cages, and just trying to get on time with our bats.
Home field advantage different than past years with how now fans closer. What about that? I mean, you man center field. Do you think is that artificial turf advantage for you guys as well?
Not a lot of teams play on artificial turf, so yes and no, because the ball does travel faster on this stuff, and as an outfielder, you have to adjust to that, and you have to be prepared for those fast little skitters on the ground, and with this new fence, not the chain link that Howe Field had, the ball comes off differently and it's way harder, so you have to make sure as a center fielder you're communicating with your outfield and just making sure that you have the backups for balls off the wall. Someone goes in, someone stays behind, and with this field, I know it's facing the same direction, but I know our left fielders have a lot of challenges with sun balls, and left field with the sun going down so late, just around like 7:30. So we've been working on those as a team. Just communicating, I think that's going to be key in these postseason games, those little plays that are really going to be, every play needs to be made. And like Coach White said yesterday, you're going to have to play differently to get a different result. So we're going to have to just, I don't want to say bear down, but go out there and just give it our all and make sure we make those plays.
The senior class hasn't lost a regional. Coach White's record goes even further back than that. Is that something you guys take pride in, and do you think of that and say, hey, let's keep this going?
I didn't know that. That's good to know. But the goal is to not lose ever, and to hate losing more than you hate winning. Jasmine always says that on our team. But with every game or regional, regardless, super regional, you want to go into it with the best preparation and not take any team lightly, because they're there in that regional for a reason. They're in the postseason for a region, only 6 to 14. So it's an honor to be able to prolong our season as long as we have been and just keep it going.
Is it a little bit weird not to have the same locker room access and the facility access now being a neutral site?
It definitely is weird to have NCAA take over us, and the Jane provides us with so much resources, and not being able to use those is going to definitely feel weird, but this stadium I think has brought us a little closer as a group and as a team, because normally with Matt Court you're not as close. After practice you drop off your laundry and you're out of there, but now we kind of kick it and kick back, but with that we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do.
Find an alternate hanging spot. Yeah.
Right.
What does change? Are you guys able to use the cage? Are you able to, what all changes?
So usually at every entrance there's going to be someone there checking to see your pass and your credentials, and your hours change, so you can't come in whenever you want and do extra hitting, and not every team has the home locker room advantage like we have, so they try to level the playing grounds, and they try not to let you use those home field resources as you normally would during home games.
So Coach White talked about how this kind of a new season with all the stats, you kind of throw everything out of the window. With your struggles down the stretch, is that kind of how you're looking at it?
Yeah, Coach K mentioned that, we're a team that's been through ups and downs all season. It's a different team. It's version 7. The last couple of years we've had a pretty smooth ride, but I think that facing adversity earlier in the year and throughout the year is definitely going to help us, you know, when we are in those close super regional games and we have to come back from a win. We've done them all year, you know, so we have to remember those, and we just have to know what we're capable of and getting out of those tough situations.
What about for you personally, after the last few series? It's kind of been tough since you come back from injury. You feeling good in practice so far in terms of the offensive side?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get back in the swing of things, you know, getting my finesse back because I feel kind of rusty and jerky at times, but I'm just trying to work out the kinks to help my team for postseason.
Thank you.
Thank you.